pictures of
Into the Wild, True Genius Comes Within. McCandless was a natural-born student. He graduated from Emory University with an anthropology major and a 3.72 GPA. The final 2 years of his college education had been paid for with a $40,000 bequest left by a friend of the family.
more than $24,000 remained at the time of Chris's graduation. Money his parents thought he intended to use for law school. We misread him, his father admits. What Walt, Billy, and Corinne didn't know when they flew down to Atlanta to attend Chris's commencement, what nobody knew, was that he would shortly donate all the money in his college fund to Oxfam America, a charity dedicated to fighting hunger. The graduation ceremony was on May 12th, a Saturday. The family sat through a long-winded commencement address delivered by Secretary of Labor Elizabeth Dole, and then Billy snapped pictures of grinning Chris traversing the stage to receive his diploma. McCandless was a bright kid. He found himself through nature and believed he could learn through nature itself. McCandless wasn't a dumb kid. He was smart enough to make himself seen as a whole person.
Teenage Wasteland. One should keep very few material possessions. Donnie didn't ever have a desire to get rich. He was always getting in trouble and ditching class. He didn't care about his future or how his life would be. The worst part is he had developed new problems. He cut class on 3 different occasions, and he smoked around school and even cut class once and went off property and came back smelling like beer.
Story Freaks and Geeks. In the TV show Freaks and Geeks, the dismissal of tradition, social norms, and authority all starts when Nick's friends see him dancing disco with his girlfriend. His friends did not accept that he liked disco because that wasn't the social norm. Also, this differs from society and tradition. When Daniel decided to play Dungeons and Dragons with the nerds from the AV Club, the nerds felt as they were getting cool because a popular kid is playing with them. Nature equals God. Story Into the Wild.
In the book Into the Wild, transcendentalism is shown in many ways, including the premises that God equals nature. We should live closer to nature because it's our greatest teacher. Nature is symbolic, and it's understanding its lessons and letting it guide a person can bring closer relationships to God. A quote from a letter from Chris to Ronald France: "You are wrong if you think Joey and Bates only or principally from human relationships. Good has placed it all around us. It's in everything and anything we might experience." This quote is explaining how he should start living more and change his life for the better. Teenage Wasteland. Emphasis on here and now. In the story, the main character is focused on the here and now, and not about his future. This is shown when he tells his parents that his homework is done, but really isn't. In the moment, he wants to do other stuff, but later on, affects his grades. This also shows when his parents get called in and are told he is skipping class. This shows he does not care about learning, which will affect his future in college. Freaks and Geeks. Be yourself and no one else. Even though the nerds were getting bullied and messed around with, they still never changed who they were. The nerds were comfortable in their own skin. They liked who they were and wasn't going to change for anyone. The geeks also didn't try to act cool in front of the kid they brought to play Dungeons and Dragons. They were having a good time being themselves.